Hello, hello. My name is NicholassRivas. I talk about politics and stuff, and today we're going to be talking about in the new Call of Duty game. You can play the mission where you kill the General Soleimani that Trump killed back in 2020. Uh, Trump killed Qasem Soleimani, and almost one for one from what I'm reading. Call of Duty, the new one that just came out this year, 2022, is not parroting, but recreating that mission where you come in as some, Marines and you bomb the shit out of this Iranian general. Why? What the fuck? I think, looking back at it, it's hard to kind of fathom the whole situation. We were so far removed from it. We know the outcome. When we bombed the Iranian general Soleimani, we almost led to World War III. Like, that was the talk of the town. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is World War III." It was in retaliation to the death of American troops. Or so to believe. I think Donald Trump ordered this drone strike with the mindset that, with the propaganda that we were fighting, these rogue forces against America, when in reality Soleimani was actually a person killing ISIS. He was combating ISIS, and we have a complicated relationship with Iran. There's no doubt about it. Like, I couldn't even fathom the full extent of why we are at odds with Iran, why they have the ability to, if attacked, would qualify a World War III, right? Like, when Soleimani was killed, World War III was all that was trending. Not because Iran was that powerful, but because many of the allies that, of course, align with Iran felt that, we, America, overstepped. And so the World War III talks happened, and it was huge, and everyone was going crazy, which blows my mind because during Biden's presidency right now, everyone's like, miss the old tweets because now we're about to go to war with Russia and it's going to be World War III. It's like, dog, that 2020, did we really forget it was that long ago? Like, Trump almost put us through like World War III. It wasn't just a Biden thing. And also in the case of Russia, we weren't the offenders. We weren't doing, we weren't poking the bear with them. I mean, people would argue that, but like, Russia did what they did. We did what we did when it was Soleimani. Like, that's easily, you can be like, America did something wrong here, right? Like, Soleimani's death was maybe in the eyes of some worthy. It was not worthy in the case of World War III if that was the outcome, but it wasn't. So many look at it like whatever. But Call of Duty, now fast forward, Call of Duty is now going to make a mission where you control the bomb that kills Soleimani. And let's remember this too. There was Russian bounties on the United States. Granted, many of those stories led nowhere, but I think there was murmurs of stuff, personally, with no evidence. When the Russian bounty stories didn't go anywhere, I think it was very easy to just say they weren't anything. But I think reality of it all is, I think there was some Russian involvement. And again, this is just me speculating because the Russian bounty story came right after that stuff. So I'm assuming Russia felt pretty hurt with the whole Iran thing, which, hence the worrisome of World War III. Like, we're battling Russia, we're battling Iran, we're battling Syria, we're battling, all of the aligned powers that even are associated with them. So I can imagine China stepping in if we were to goof up with them, and overstep. All that being said, Call of Duty makes this mission in the new campaign. You control it, you bomb Soleimani, and it's I'm assuming a catalyst to the story that, because it's like the first mission. I assume more comes out of this, and Soleimani's death is you know, very important story. Oh yeah, by the way, his name is like not Soleimani. It's like Al-Lami or something. It's very close to it. Call of Duty is not new to this, but the No Russian story, it was definitely them trying to be, you know, they're trying to catch attention. They're like, oh, look at this crazy thing we're doing. You could easily argue the same for a lot of their missions that kind of push it, right? There was that mission in Modern Warfare 3 where a kid gets blown up by that bomb. You could easily argue that Call of Duty's been always doing this, like pushing the boundaries. I'm assuming this was one of them. I don't think it was that big though, because I'm surprised people remember it, because the only reason this even popped up for me is because I kept seeing it on Twitter. If you were like, no way they did this mission, it feels very poor taste. But America isn't this like, or sorry, Modern Warfare series, the whole Call of Duty series isn't shying away from American propaganda, because it's making it look like we're bombing these terrorists and Russia, you know, I don't know the right word, like proprietors, like Russian aggressors. So it definitely paints the U.S. as like, hey, we're the good guys in this scenario. So I'm kind of want to say like, hey, look, we've always had this propaganda in the Call of Duty series, and they've always been this kind of edgy people. They make the Russians look crazy bad during the No Russian mission, and that mission itself was something controversial. But I for one don't think this is them being that controversial. I think it's them being more propaganda. Like, look at, you know, we had to kill this Soleimani guy. Just as there's like a border patrol mission, I think the border patrol mission is going to get more. That's their like, oh my gosh, we're being edgy, because that Call of Duty is known for having, if you're deep in the campaign's lore, you know that the campaign's always had some kind of crazy moment, you know, some crazy epic death or insane terrorist moment, the kid being blown up, the Paris falling, like, you know, very edgy. I wouldn't say, I keep saying edgy, but like very I guess like poking the bear. I don't know, like I'm trying to find like a right word for this, but you know, Call of Duty has done some crazy things, and maybe to tell a story, maybe to advertise themselves, because people are going to be talking about this, like, did you hear Call of Duty did this crazy mission? Like, you know, like that's good marketing. You know, like you can't deny that people are going to now talk about it. I don't think the Soleimani story is that big though. I don't think people are going to care. I think that's more propaganda. Every Call of Duty has this mission, and I think in the case of this game, it's probably the border patrol mission, where they're like, oh, that's a very heavy topic, but maybe the Soleimani thing, I don't know. Either way, it's funny that Call of Duty does this. Every year they release a game, there's always some kind of controversy. I can't say like every year, because there's some games that I just didn't give a damn about. Vanguard and World War II, I didn't really hear much about it. I guess Vanguard had some controversy, I'm sure, but I just didn't care. Ultimately, it's just really funny to see this like weird... I mean, like, as we're playing right now, I'm staring at a bunny character in Cold War. What is this? You know, Azerbaijan? Like, where am I? Oh, Pakistan? See, like, this like non-hyper realistic game in like a very hyper realistic setting though, like, it's fucking hilarious to have these themes of like the Cold War and the whole, I don't know, brink of nuclear war all in one game that's just not really taking it that seriously, and I guess shouldn't be taken seriously. It's just funny. It's a very ludicrous idea that the Call of Duty series can touch on these topics. And I look at No Russian as something like, I use the accent when I say it. I look at No Russian as something like, you know, I wouldn't say it's tasteful, but it tells a story that I think needed to be told. Even though I think it does glorify violence, I think it was a good story, and how it was portrayed. But, you know, I think we're going to lose here, so I'll just kind of let the gameplay ride. But, oh, no, we won. Cool. Well, I'll just let the gameplay ride, because I just think the whole thing is ludicrous, and I think it's a good way to end it, because I feel like I've just been rambling. So, thank y'all very much, and yabba dabba doo, gabagoo.
Switching sides. Wipe out the objective. Charges acquired.
Arming gas mine. Sniper,
Bomb
take
carrier
over.
down. You're our last active battle asset.